Imagine yourself creating stunning watercolor paintings with vibrant colors and intricate details. But what if you can't draw a straight line? Come on, buddy. Come on, right to me, straight to me, come on. Today we're diving into a question that many aspiring watercolor artists have, and that is, do you have to be good at drawing to be good at watercolor? Some people think you do, and some people sadly never try watercolor because they think, hey, I've never been good at drawing, and so therefore I will never be good at watercolor. And some people are afraid to use methods like the grid method or projectors or the DaVinci Eye app because they've been told it's cheating.
Hey, that's cheating! You can't do that!
This is why I'm making this video. Joe Pajak made this huge, beautiful mural. And how did he do it? How did he get the proportions right? He used the grid method. I know because I watched him. There are many pros that use the grid method so that they make sure that they get the proportions right. A lot of pro artists use the DaVinci app because it acts like a mini projector. And it's so important to get your proportions right when you're doing realistic paintings. I actually prefer using the DaVinci Eye app or projector over the grid method because I don't have to erase all the little squares made by the pencil lines. If I'm going to do a large painting like this one, using a projector makes a lot more sense. A projector is perfect for getting accurate proportions for large paintings and murals. Terry Duvall's paintings almost look like photographs. How does he sketch these intricate large paintings? Well, he uses a projector. Many pros do, especially on large realistic projects. Now, can I actually draw freehand? Yes. Here's some cartoons I did freehand. And here's some sharks I drew freehand. But there are a lot of pro artists who that is not their strength, but that doesn't stop them from making beautiful paintings. So if I can draw freehand, why not just draw everything freehand? There are some paintings that you might want to do that are so intricate that yes, you could slave away and try to do it freehand and take forever and kill your creative soul, or you could use a projector or the DaVinci Eye app. I would rather do art for the long run, so even though I could do it freehand and it would take a really long time, I'd rather have fun in the process. Plus, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. I know my capabilities, and so I am perfectly satisfied just doing what makes more sense. How do you get a really good line drawing from a reference photo? It seems like even that requires a lot of skill. Let me introduce you to this website. Simply upload your photo and it will turn it into a helpful line drawing. Now you can use this line drawing with the DaVinci Eye app to make your sketch. I've put a link to this website in the description. Believe it or not, there are a lot of painters out there who are amazing and yet they're not that great at drawing, and that doesn't stop them. Don't let it stop you.
Preach it to me, brother.
Now I realize that some of you might want to up your freehand game. So I will share with you a method that helps you draw practically anything. So here's the method, and pay attention to the order because it really matters. Number 1, find the line of action. Number 2, put in the largest shapes. Number 3, put in the smaller shapes. Number 4, put in the details. And number 5, put in the shading. Practice, practice, practice. In fact, we're going to do some practicing right now. Let's draw this shark. First thing we're going to do is find the line of action, which almost is matches up with the spinal cord of the shark. Then we're going to find the biggest shape, which is obviously this shape right here. Then the smaller shapes, so you got the fins, you got the fin here and the fin here, and then the details, and you start working in the smaller shapes. Right, and then last we'll shade it in. All right, so here's the line of action. Next, we got to find the largest shape. Right, and I'm going light. And then when I feel like, oh, I found it, then I can go a little bit darker. There we go. Then we find the smaller shapes. And then we see a little bit of the fin come out here. Oh, no, I messed up. It doesn't come out right there. It actually comes out a little bit later. That's the good thing about not going too hard, is you can just erase it. This fin, notice in the reference that it actually gets hidden behind. It gets overlapped by this fin. So that tells me the angle is off a little bit. So I'm going to fix that. Thank goodness we don't have to get it perfect the first try. So now we're going into the details. Slow down at the eyes. In any animal drawing you're doing, or humans, eyes are basically the soul of the painting or drawing that you're doing. If you get the eyes wrong, your whole thing's going to feel a little bit off, because people focus most of the time on the eyes. The shark almost has this like happy cartoony expression when you do the line work, but when we shade it in, it won't look so cartoony like that. All right, and I'm noticing as I put this in that the fin is a little bit farther down from the mouth, so we're just gonna move the fin over like that. In comparison to the eye, the nose is around here. I'll just kind of make note of the white under part of the great white shark. And then we got a tooth sticking out here. We got lots of little jagged teeth. We don't really see much of the upper teeth because of the angle of the shark. I noticed that this is a little bit less curved and more straight. All right, now I'm going to show you a little trick to shading. Take like a charcoal stick, and we're just going to cover the page with charcoal so that we're not staring at just the white of the paper. Some Kleenex here, and just kind of notice the big areas of darker areas. So we're covering big areas pretty quickly. Then we can get our pencil and start putting in the really, really dark areas. I'm going fast because I don't want this to take forever for you guys. If I was going super realistic, I would just slow down. Behind the shark, that area is going to be darker. The underside of the shark is actually darker than the water around it, so there's the water around. We want this to be really smooth. You can always come in and put in with your eraser some highlights. Really make some of the details pop. A lot of drawing realistically means taking the time to notice. One of the strengths of realism is you don't have to make things up. Like, what's real is really there. But you do have to train your mind to see what's there, to not just assume that you're seeing how it really looks. And we want to put in that highlight right here on the nose. And we can put in the highlights on here. Kind of the more random, sometimes it looks more realistic, the more random you kind of do things, so you're not doing the exact same motion everywhere. Seriously, with any object, so like let's say we were doing a pear, kind of off to the side, there's the line of action, there's the bottom part of the pear and the larger shape, and then here's the smaller shape of the pear, and maybe the stem breaks off over here. So you can seriously do this with all types of objects. All right, I hope this was helpful, guys. If this video was helpful, you'll probably like the videos that just popped on your screen.